leader.
3 new positive COVID-19 cases reported in Erie County. We'll clear up why the county website and state website sometimes report different numbers for the county. And the $2 trillion aid package that was celebrated as a bipartisan effort to help Americans through the pandemic. But a new study of the bill finds there's also a tax break that benefits the ultra-rich.
Find out how farmers were allowed to gather for a local auction.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is Jet 24 Action News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. The State Health Department will start to add more cases than ever before when it comes to COVID-19. These numbers now include more than just individuals who were tested for the virus. Now, for some time now, state numbers have been off from what the Erie County website was reporting. Samir Nefsi has the story.
According to the Erie County Health Department, the county now stands at 56 positive COVID-19 cases. Today, seeing 3 new positive cases. Of the individuals, one is a teenager, one is in their 40s, and one is in their 60s. Of the 3 new cases, one is connected to a known positive. However, if you look at the State Health Department's numbers, they list Erie County at 58 positive cases. County Executive Kathy Dahlkemper says the state has now decided to include probable cases.
They are people who are symptomatic and are a direct contact of a known positive. However, they were never tested.
This is now becoming standard practice per CDC guidelines. An example of a probable case would be
if a spouse is one of our known positives and their spouse becomes sick with the symptoms of COVID-19, often they're told you don't need to go get tested, but you are a probable case.
The county executive updating the county on recovered cases of COVID-19, saying 29 out of 56 cases have recovered, leaving Erie County with 27 active cases.
Most important, we know that COVID-19 is here in Erie County, and I will remind all of you that the best practice is to act as if everyone you come in contact with has it.
Samir Nefsi, Jet 24 Action News.
And County Executive Dahlkemper saying she hopes by early next week the state numbers for the county will be better aligned. And here are some of the numbers, the regional numbers. Crawford County still remains at 16 cases. Warren County still reporting just 1 case. There are 27 reported cases in Chautauqua County, New York, and 3 deaths. And 54 confirmed cases in Ashtabula County, Ohio, with 4 deaths reported there. Now to the newest numbers from the State Department of Health. There are now over 31,000 cases of COVID-19 in Pennsylvania. 836 people have now died, but nearly 123,000 people have tested negative. And across Pennsylvania, there are more than 1,600 new COVID-19 cases reported. The $2 trillion aid package, the CARES Act, was celebrated as a bipartisan effort to help American families and businesses through the economic crisis created by the pandemic. But our Washington correspondent Alexandria Limon reports a new study of the bill found that there's also a tax break that benefits the ultra-rich.
Democrats asked the nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation to take a closer look at the $2 trillion coronavirus aid package and discovered a tax break for the rich.
That was snuck into this bill.
Texas Congressman Lloyd Doggett and Rhode Island Senator Sheldon Whitehouse asked for the review. They say Republican senators included the $195 billion tax break for the richest Americans. And Whitehouse says most Democrats had no idea
of how cynical and wrong, in the midst of all this tragedy, it is to try to pull off a stunt like this.
The provision allows tax breaks for the past 2 years before the pandemic struck.
They did great in the stock market last year, and they can offset their gains against paper losses.
Middle-class Americans got $1,200 stimulus checks. Congressman Doggett says Americans who make more than $1 million could get tax breaks of about $1.7 million each.
It is designed pure and simple for a few big real estate developers like Donald Trump.
I mean, revisionist history can be fun.
South Dakota Republican Congressman Dusty Johnson says every Democrat supported the aid package, and Democrats also got some of what they wanted.
For some of the tweaks to unemployment insurance, not my favorite, yes.
Doggett and White House plan to introduce a bill to try to repeal the tax breaks for the rich. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
A new academic article says the U.S. must more than triple coronavirus testing to safely open the economy. Researchers at Harvard's Global Health Institute and School of Public Health say the goal should be at least 500,000 tests a day. Right now, the number's closer to 150,000. The researchers say the percentage of positive tests is too high now. They say that means the U.S. doesn't have a grasp on the severity of the crisis and how to safely reopen society. And hundreds of people gathered at an auction in Wattsburg today despite the stay-at-home order. This left some people wondering if events like this are going on, why can't they go back to work? Staff members say they applied for a waiver and it was approved by the state. Reporter Chelsea Swift has the story.
The state granted a waiver for a live auction that was planned to take place March 28th, but was postponed until April 18th. Wearing masks, members of the local farming community attended the auction to purchase parts that will allow them to keep producing food.
Supporting the agriculture business. A lot of farmers rely on this auction. Some to come buy equipment that they need to produce crops and livestock.
One farmer saying it's important to be able to purchase used parts because the cost of new ones is so high.
Unfortunately, because of the lack of stability and commodity prices right now and the milk market, used equipment is much easier for us to obtain because we're not able to financially go for the new stuff. So opportunities like this are definitely important for us to continue our production.
Despite the farmers' auction receiving a permit, organizers and farmers alike say this event does cause some concern.
Well, we definitely have a concern. I mean, that's why we contacted the health department and talked with them and got their blessing to do this. And there's a number of health department people here that are helping us today.
And one farmer says while this auction is risky, it's all to keep the food supply going.
Oh, we definitely are concerned. I mean, each of us are doing the best we can to protect our families, to protect ourselves, and to make sure that we don't disrupt our food supply because of illness.
Chelsea Swift, Jet 24, Action News.
The self-employed and some independent contractors can now file for unemployment compensation through a new website that just went online. It's called PUA, or Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, and it expands eligibility for those previously not eligible, like the self-employed and contractors shut down by the COVID-19 pandemic. Representative Pat Harkins tells Action News there were some glitches when the new site went online, but he believes they have been ironed out. And if you would like to know more and check your eligibility, look for the story on our website, yourerie.com. And coming up on Jet 24 Action News, one local school holding a special parade to brighten student spirits. That's after Craig's forecast. Hey, Craig.
Hi there, Brian. Good evening to you. Good evening, everyone. Second half of the weekend, milder, but it's a little bit more unsettled. Some rain on the way. We'll talk about it next.
From your news leader, you're watching Brian Wilk, meteorologist Craig Flint, and Mike Fenner with sports. This is Jet 24 Action News, your news leader.